Hi, this is Jerome Bishop. I started in 2022 and refined in 2023. Um, and then I decided to go ahead and ink the whole thing. Um, I used a bodybuilder, Terrence Ruffin, as a kind of a pose, initial pose design, and then used another pose of his with the bicep that's arm that's holding the gun to kind of put it all together from the same person. So. And here, when I start inking, I usually outline the body and of the main figure that I'm working on, and then slowly move into the background. And sometimes I kind of work on all over the place. It kind of whatever my eye travels, and usually kind of take a pause and go left, right, up, down, kind of all over the place. In here, I'm starting to do a little bit of cross hatching, as you can see on the body. Sometimes I'll take a break and this is just my eye travels to another area and then I just tap into a background a little bit more. But usually using about one or two or three um, ink pen, the microns, and for the main outline, I usually use a thicker uh, pen. In this case, you see, this stage, I'm throwing ink wash with a large kind of a size 10, size 12 synthetic brush, kind of very light wash. I'm not trying to get it very dark at this point. It's just initial wash where I can place everything behind in the background. In this case, I left the figure alone. Sometimes I go ahead and just wash the figure as well, but in this case, I felt like he needs to stand out a little bit more, stay in the light. Once again, once it dried out, I kind of had to tape it down so it doesn't buckle too much. And since it's Bristol paper and not watercolor paper, I started some cross hatching once again, and then moving into the brush here. I use a sable brush. It's size 3, kind of a very versatile brush where I can do some cross hatching with it as well. But you can see I switch between pen and brush here as well. For the larger black areas, of course, it's easier to use the brush. And with a pen, of course, the cross hatching on this tricep here, um, and the ribs and rib cage and some other details, and then jumping right back into the brush. Um, I try not to overdo it with cross hatching because sometimes I will always go back and use a bit of wash again just to fill in some of the value. But cross hatching looks really good when you use it pretty much throughout the entire figure. You don't want to leave areas untouched cross hatching when you just make it more consistent, using it all over the place. So, all right, jumping into the background again, and now using a slightly darker ink wash, and I'm leaving some of my light sources, uh, same initial wash value. What's fun is that you premix enough wash, and you don't have to worry about over darkening things or too light somewhere. Because if you just go over it again, it will be the same value. As you can see it drying in some of the spots as I go along with it. Now I picked up a darker ink and I'm working on some of the blacked out darker areas. Some of it I did off screen, as you can see, and then now I am using a white ink as a wash to paint it with my sable brush again, instead of using some of the Posca pens or some other acrylic pens. I decided to use more of a actual ink. In this case, gouache paint came in at this stage, just to place the yellows and reds. And since his outfit does have those colors, now I'm using Prismacolor pencils, color pencils to highlight a little bit, make it look pop a little bit better. This final touches on the blue lights, reflections. and pretty much finished piece. I hope you enjoyed this.